quiet because my husband is sleeping. But I was gonna mix up some dye, color dye, because I was thinking about and watching video from Creative Bath Lab about the flowers that I'm making and what is the best colorants to paint the flowers with besides the edges. Um, and she uses liquid dyes. And I use lakes mostly. I use dyes for embeds because they fade. That's the only reason, really. Because they have the best color payoff and everything. Anyway, so I thought, I'll try mixing up some liquid dyes, and she's got recipes to make different shades using the colors. There's three colors, and you can mix it with cornstarch or baking soda, like a half cup with so much of the dye liquid, and let it dry and put that in your bath bombs so it doesn't activate anything, and use that to color your bath bombs. And then you can see better what the exact shade is going to be, because it's in a powder form. So I might bloom, I think she calls it bloom, they call it blooming, uh, some corn, she says to use cornstarch. I need to get more cornstarch, so I don't know if I'll do it anytime, like when I'll do it, but actually I have to go to the store tomorrow, so I can get cornstarch tomorrow. Because I'd rather use that than baking soda. I think it gets less clumpy, and she says it holds the color better. But for now, I'm going to make with liquid dyes. I want to see how they come together. So you have to mix the hot water with dye to make the color. So I have these little squirt bottles, and I'm hoping that they're good. And these are the dyes that I have, but she only uses these three: the blue #1, yellow #5, and red 28. I have the orange and the another red, but she doesn't use those to mix any of her. I don't know. She doesn't like them. So I'm not going to bother with those for now. So anyway, I put some distilled water and heated it up. I probably put too much, but so we'll start with the red 28. And maybe we won't make that much because I don't have that much. Now I'm gonna have to order some dyes, of course. So that's a quarter. And it's like super dark. We'll put this one here. Sorry, I have a puppy here at my feet. It looks purple in there. Got my 3 color dye liquids that are super duper concentrated that I can add to soaps and wet things like whipped soap or bubble frosting, things like that. I can add it to that rather than dry colorant, or for bath bombs, I can use this dye to color cornstarch or baking soda and use that to color my bath bombs, and they won't activate because there's no water. I mean, because you have to mix the colorant with that baking soda or cornstarch, lay it out to dry, and then you can store it, and then you'll be ready to go. I'm gonna look around and see if I have anything. Okay, so I do have some cornstarch, and it's supposed to do half cup cornstarch or baking soda, and then you can make these color powder to dye your bath bombs. So I want to do some pretty colors in my bath bombs, and I have these containers. I can make some colors, and I'm still debating if I should try to use the dropper on the top of this. Maybe I can try to do it. All right, so let's see. Bubble gum. I think I'd like to have bubble gum. Let's try that one. I'm probably going to do like plain colors. So that one says, whoops, I don't want to take that off. Let me shake it a little, just like this. And these, I think I got these on the Dollar Tree or something probably. I don't know. So 5 drops of red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it works kind of for drops. It'll have to do, I guess. And just take this part off. And then 1 of yellow. Which that was 2. Oops. And I have the spatula because the cornstarch was, no, plastic spoon. Let's do that. Always nice to have things I don't have to wash. I have the feeling this is long of me mixing. It's better in this bowl, so maybe when I'm done with this one, I'll clean a little bit. And I've learned what and what not to do, and I'll try some other colors when I come back. I'll be right back. All right, so here's the color powder, dye powder, cornstarch, whatever. I don't know how much you're supposed to use in the bath bomb. My thought is to use this with the lakes because you get the color payoff in the water, but not in the bomb because these do fade, like I said. But anyway, I wanted to show you what it looks like in the water. So I'll just take, I don't know how much, but I'll just take a little, not that much. And look at the water from that. So it's like definitely bubblegum pink, and you don't get this. It's harder to get this with lakes. You need more. So I think these are great. Water, this is such a soft pink. The water is so dark from that little bit. But anyway, I wanted to show you that it does work really well. But okay, so I was not filming, and I just did a batch with baking soda instead of the cornstarch, and I got this, which again I have to put out to dry, but I will after. And it's gorgeous in the water, and look how dark it came out with baking soda. So I don't know why it's so light with the cornstarch, but you still get a really nice color. So I don't know. So let's do, oops. Let's do lime, maybe. And then a green. We need 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's so much easier to mix the color because the cornstarch is too fine and it clumps like way too much. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Obviously, some people have good luck with it. I didn't find it work very well for me, although I love the water that it produces. So I will use it. Maybe I'll make some embeds with it. Oh, this is so pretty. There's so much difference between baking soda and the cornstarch. First of all, the cornstarch flies everywhere, and you just can't get the color mixed in. I added like I kept adding more and more color, and that's why we got nice dark water. But I want a color that I can add to my white bath bomb mix and get. I did. We got that. I gotta lay it out to dry, but for now we're just gonna put them in these containers until I get a spot laid out ready for them. And let me show you in the water what this color looks like. Oops. So this is the color. I'll do like that much. And look, it's lime. So it's lime in the water. A nice color. Like with the cornstarch, it was clumping, but not the same. That's magenta. All right, let's do this much. And look how gorgeous. And look at that from just a little bit. And I watched Creative Bath Lab is where I got the information for mixing the colors and stuff. So blooming baking soda using liquid dyes. And you just need these 3 colors and you can make a million colors. And so I started with cornstarch because that's what she said that she prefers, but I was not getting much color and I don't know why. So I tried baking soda and worked much better. So I made all these colors. And all these more fine, and then use a couple tablespoons in your bath bomb mix for color. And I made these colors. I ran out of containers, but I ordered some. So navy, which the water I bet is navy. This is not quite as dark, but it's still a gorgeous blue. Coral. And then it's emerald, which again, it's not like deep, but I bet you the water is gorgeous. And I'm going to mix some more colors, and I'll show you the watercolor for those. All you need. And I don't love it, but we can live with that color. It's kind of like a red. So this little bit of crumbs. I mean, that was like a quarter teaspoon or something. And I think I'm going to concentrate this even more of it. I definitely won't have to add that much either. So I don't know how much. I would probably start with, a teaspoon. Okay, so there's the water that you get from the purple. It's gorgeous. And I made looks more mint to me. So I think I'm going to add some more dye so it is more of a lime and not so minty looking. In the water it does kind of look lime, but limier. So there's my lime. Probably really pretty because it's really concentrated. So that's just, I can't really hardly see. It's a little green. I'm gonna add a little bit. And look how much, I mean, it's hardly anything. So think about, once these dry and then I blend them up, they'll be a super fine powder. Well, it's mostly yellow. It has a little touch of red and of the red 28, 27. Our gold. We're gonna go with that. Gold. All right, so that's what I got with just a little bit of crumbs. I'm gonna put a little bit in and show you. Just that much. And there's gold. Unfortunately, looks a little like urine. Hello, welcome back. So I think some of my color powders are dry. The ones in the containers seem dry to me. I think I'm gonna blend them up and put them in their jars. I thought about doing another round of ink or dye to make them more concentrated, but I think they're fine. And I'm just dying to blend them and get them ready. The ones in the bags, I think I'm going to transfer to some bowls, or I'll put them in these containers, and I have some other ones. This one is dry, so I just stirred them all, and you can tell, like, if it sticks to your spoon when you're stirring or whatever. So got my little blender, and I'm hoping I don't have to clean it out after every one, but I'll start with the lightest. And I just added more color to this one yesterday, so I'm going to leave this one to dry longer. But also, I kind of want to label what color is in what jar, because that way I can make more, because I might not know if it's teal or turquoise or lime. Yeah, I mean, some of them it'd be obvious what color it is, but anyway. But I don't really want to put a label on the outside. I don't know if I should put it here on the lid, maybe on the inside of the lid. That way I can, just so I know, so I can make more. So I'm thinking about that. And I don't have a funnel, so I hope I don't make a giant mess. So let's start with bubble gum. Got everything. And the only thing I don't like about this is this lid doesn't, you kind of have to hold it. I'm going to pour it onto the wax paper. And that's what it looks like. There's still a couple lumps. I wonder if I should blend it again. I'm just putting it in the jar. So there's my bubble gum. Bubble gum. And I'll just put it on the inside of the lid, and that way I know the recipe to make more when I need it. So there's my first one. All right, let's see. We'll do teal. Put the label on the lid. And I've got my teal. And that's my cornflower blue. There's 3 so far. So I'm going to keep doing this for the ones that are dry, and then I'll show you when I'm done. All right, so I've got all my color powders made except black. I attempted to make black, but it got gray. It just gray, so I need to do it again and add more whatever to make it darker. But I labeled everything with my new label maker. So I know what colors I'm using, so when I want to make more, which I put the names on the lids too, but I didn't know if I wanted them on the outside of the jars, but I think when I'm making them, I'm gonna want to know, because it's hard to tell by just looking at them exactly what color. Anyway, this is the end of my playing with colorants. Now on to bath bomb making, because I have so many molds to use and so many good ideas. So I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks again to Dora at Creative Bath Labs for the idea. And I'm excited to use these.